Opposing or canceling a trademark. As we've discussed, once a trademark application has been approved by the examiner, it will be published for opposition. Once it's published, anyone who believes they will be injured by the registration of the mark can then oppose it. The time to file an opposition is just 30 to 90 days, and some countries let you extend this term for an additional 30, 60, or 90 days, and others do not. Of course, there are exceptions. Some trademark offices, among which are Germany and Mexico, register the trademark first and allow an opposition later. When you choose to file an opposition, there is a fee involved. Sometimes a third party will extend the time to oppose and then contact you to discuss the application, see if an amicable solution can be made. This is very common in common law countries that allow an extension of opposition period, like in the US, UK, Singapore, etc. The opposing party might not have a problem with your application as long as you amend your goods and exclude some particular goods that they sell. And in some cases, they might ask you to enter into a coexistence agreement, which is an agreement between two users of similar marks that wish to use their marks without infringing upon one another. The majority of oppositions can be resolved through some form of agreement, and some such cases are resolved without involving an attorney. However, as these types of negotiations and contracts tend to be complex, as you can imagine, there must be a good reason for the examiner to refuse the registration based on an opposition, and it is up to the opponent to make their case with proper documentation. The main reason for an opposition is that there are earlier trademarks that either directly conflict with the published trademark application or which are close enough so it seems likely that the general public will confuse the new trademark with an existing trademark brand. Another common reason is bad faith, making the case that an application for trademark registration was not made out of a genuine interest to register and use the brand, but instead knowing that the brand is already in use and of value to a third party, maybe in another country, trying to gain some kind of unethical leverage over a company or brand that can reasonably be expected to have an interest in this particular market. Now, what if you own rights in a trademark and you want to block someone else who has filed for a similar trademark? If you catch it during the opposition period, then you can do the same opposition action as we've discussed. You can oppose right away, or you can file an extension of time to oppose. If you believe that you can negotiate with the applicant, then filing an extension is best, and then try to work out an agreement before the end of your extension period. Now, if you miss the window to oppose someone's trademark application during the 30-day opposition period, you can also find out if the particular trademark jurisdiction allows a cancellation after registration. The exact process differs vastly in the various jurisdictions, but in most cases, the trademark office offers a process to revoke or invalidate a particular mark, but in some jurisdictions, for example Benelux, you will have to litigate in a court of law, which is often time-consuming and costly. These processes are all similar to an opposition from a procedural standpoint. There are several differences, but for the scope of this video, we will just mention that the procedure will always be the same. You initiate the proceeding by filing a document called a statement of grounds or petition and paying a fee. However, remember that these adverse proceedings are very much like normal litigation, and they can go on for years and cost lots and lots of money. They are easy and inexpensive to initiate, but unless the case settles, you need to plan on being involved in the case and spending money on attorneys for 18 months or even much longer. To summarize, once a trademark application is approved, it can be opposed by a third party, and even after it registers, it can still be canceled. These proceedings are often used to negotiate an outcome that allows both trademark owners to keep using their marks. But if the proceeding is brought through to the end, it is possible that the trademark will be prohibited from being registered, or even if it's a registered trademark, then the mark can potentially be canceled, including for non-use of the mark. Please feel free to watch more of our videos to get valuable insights about the mechanics of applying for trademark registrations, defending your marks, opposing other conflicting marks, dealing with office actions, and many other intellectual property issues. My name is Jonathan Morton, and I am a licensed U.S. attorney and a member of the Trademarkers Network. Don't forget to subscribe.